Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5 is India. So before we start playing today, there was one comment that I would like to return to. It's the decision between train stations and seaports. Those are mutually exclusive and, you always have to look at your city, how it looks like now, but also how it's gonna look like in the future. What are you gonna be working? Which of these is gonna be more profitable? The main advantage of, or basically the only difference between them, is that train stations give you 10% extra gold, and seaports give 250 health to the city, plus give one production and one gold from water tiles that you are working, sea or ocean tiles. So the more water tiles you are working, it doesn't work on lakes, it's just sea and ocean tiles. The more tiles you are working, the better it becomes, and eventually the seaport gives you even more gold than you get from the 10% gold boost that you get from train stations. But in our case, even though there's a lot of sea and ocean around us, we won't be working any of those tiles. The city that works most sea tiles right now is Varanasi. That's 4 tiles, but it's before we even started working all the specialist slot. And the sea tiles is gonna be the first thing that I'm gonna unlock when I'm gonna make the complete switch to specialists. So there is no reason for me to build seaports. The 250 health would be nice, but if I have to decide between that and 10% production boost, gold boost in the city, I will always go for the gold, especially because of the situation we are in right now. Our income really sucks, and the train station will help with that. I'll make one exception though. Actually, one more thing that you kind of have to keep in mind, and that we probably should have available. It's seaports giving us the options to buy late game ships. So Mumbai, instead of train station, is gonna build a seaport. From Mumbai, ships can go both ways. They can go this way through Delhi or this way to the other side. So I will get a seaport here to have the ability to buy ships. So that's that, and now we can start playing. What's the plan? We are gonna be working on our tourism as much as possible. We will see what radio will do for that. Let's switch to something, probably scientist next, but maybe I'll just leave it like this, and we will decide in a few turns what's gonna be next. We're gonna save up for maybe one more engineer, but with 200 fate per turn, I'm not quite sure that we really can get the 9,000 fate that we need for the next engineer. Probably will just save up for 1 or 2 scientists, and then we fight by some musicians. We can fight by musicians, right? Yeah. What else? Saving up for upgrades. I didn't touch the game this weekend at all, so I just have to make sure I'm not missing something important. We have 3 more spies. Oh, and one more thing about spreading my franchises. I would have to use trade routes for that if I wanted to do that actively. And I talked about that, or mentioned that briefly already in the previous episode, I think. Right now, I have just too many buildings that I need to build, and trade routes are just not safe. There is America on all sides, and I'm pretty sure we'll be fighting again. So I could rebuild my cargo ships, but what would I get? I would get access to more trade routes for, let's say, 20 turns. Then there is no way I would be able to protect those ships. I'd lose them again, and I'd be where I started. Instead, I will just go for buildings that will stay. The buildings that we are currently working on, train stations, factories, all of that boosts our production, which is pretty important. So yeah, the only way how we're gonna spread our corporation is through trade routes that other people are sending to us. Remember, it's not only our trade routes that spread the corporation. Also, when someone sends a cargo ship to us, it will spread the corporation as well. It won't be spreading as fast, but it should be spreading here and there. It's the best I can do. As I said, I really can't afford it to invest into trade routes that I would lose in a few turns. So that's about the franchises. At some point, if I have time, I will build some more trade routes just to have internal trade routes to help our cities a little bit. But at this point, external trade routes are just not an option. America is like too annoying. The position on south, north, basically on all sides, just guarantees no matter where I would send the cargo ships, I would lose them. Okay, anything else? Everything here is covered. We should get the golden age right after this one, saving up money for excuse me, for promotion. I mean, for upgrades and spies. So we have 3 more spies. What we're gonna do with these guys? Let's go by potential. So we will send a spy to Persepolis as a diplomat. We're gonna send a spy to Rio as a diplomat, and we're gonna send the last one, which has the highest potential. Salvador has the highest potential, but we need a capital city because I just want to get some levels before we send them to some stealing. Probably we can go to does it really matter? Let's go to Washington as a diplomat. So that's that. And now, how many people denounced America? Denounced by Portugal, Zulus, Mongolia, Polynesia, everyone.
Well,
can we trade something before I denounce him? How much do you want for silver? And well, we don't have the money to buy it anyway. So discuss, and where is it? There, denounce Washington. Yes. So this should give us another modifier with basically almost the whole world. Good. I hope I didn't forget something. And I'm quite interested in the tourism increase once we get to radio. How much is that gonna be? Now we can end the turn. See, civilized Chile spread to Sao Paulo. So it's not spreading super fast, but it is spreading. And if the world calms down a little bit at some stage, and there will be like a window of 30 turns, and there will be no fighting, and it will be safe for a while for the trade routes to come to us. The more attacks we get, the more like interesting destination our cities become, the more likely it is that the AI send trade routes to us during this like window of peace. The more it's gonna be spreading. So hopefully it will happen, and we'll get some franchises in even more cities. We already have like 4 or 5, so it's not bad at all. Okay, he denounced us back. Well, who cares? We're gonna hate each other until the end of the game. The border pressure at this point, and not just border pressure, there are just so many reasons why he can't ever like us. We stole his land and things like that. Yeah, America is really awful, and they will be even worse because at some point they'll start buying our tiles, and we won't be able to do anything about it. Okay, you want aluminum. Why do you want aluminum? I have no idea. We have quite a lot of aluminum. The problem is the prices just suck at this point. We get 1 gold per aluminum. I'd rather keep my aluminum, honestly. So, yeah, I just don't want to give the AIs access to the strategic resource. We are researching pretty quickly, and I don't want to get to the situation in, like, I don't know, 30 turns when I realize, hey, I shouldn't have sold the aluminum. Now I need it for, I don't know what I would need it for, but you know, I'd rather keep it. It's just not worth the risk for 1 gold per turn. Why the hell did our income drop so drastically suddenly? Wine to Darius ended. Habel seeks a great general. This may take a while. Yeah. Okay, scientist. That's the one that we bought at the end of the previous episode. So what are we working on? Radio into biology, and then we are rushing refrigeration. That means that we'll be even farther behind. We'll be getting some buildings that I don't know where we're gonna build, but we need to prioritize hotel in our capital. Then we need broadcast tower, and then we need a stadium. After that, maybe you'll have time for research lab, and I still need to squeeze in Cristo Redentor, which I have no idea how I'm gonna do. Well, help the scientist. Honestly, at this point, let's check our cities for heretics. Excuse me, I'm just gonna pop the inquisitors that we have. Just can't afford to pay for them anymore. See, they're eating like 20 gold per turn almost, I think. Now 2 turns to complete the train station that we have a hotel lined up. What else are we missing that's like really important? Factory would be great, and then the broadcast tower. It's 9 turns. Just don't have the time to build it. We'll check the time when the train station is done. We'll get some extra production that way. Where is it? The reason why our capital is behind, why we can't start, or why we are not close to broadcast, or why we still have basically 3 buildings that I want to build before that, is if you remember back, I don't know, 2-3 episodes, we had the decision if we build or we won't build Uffizi, and as I said that it would probably be better to just pass and let our capital catch up. In the end, I decided to be greedy and I decided to build it, and this is decided consequences of greeting a wonder 2 or 3 episodes ago. That now I just either will have to let the capital fall even more behind if I want to build Cristo Redentor, or I will have to pass on another wonder if I want the capital to at least stay where it should be, not fall further behind. Now, basically the decision back then should have been, is Uffizi better or is Cristo Redentor better? And I think if I have this choice, I have to say Cristo Redentor is better. Like, I shouldn't have built Uffizi, I think. Biology. College, hospital. Another building that I would like to get. There's no way we get all of that. There's the Golden Age, and we even have like 4 or 5 golden ages in the row right now, and still it's not enough. You are done with the railroad. But one of the reasons why we are in trouble is because I'm an idiot and I forgot to build the railroad. That would also give our cities some extra production. Okay, you are done. So now we have to start building all these tile improvements. We do have oil. There is oil here, and then we have some oil. Oh, there is also oil here. Okay, so we don't have to worry about strategic resources at all. We don't know about uranium. That's the last one, but we have everything else. In the one game when I don't care about strategic resources that much, where one tile would be more than enough, we control like 5% of the surface and have access to all strategic resources. In all the domination games, when we usually control like half of the world by this time and don't have access to like 3 strategic resources, well, that's my luck. Remember the game as Rome, when we got, I think it was coal, we are controlling, I don't know, 30% of the large map, and we had like 1 tile with coal, like 2 coal for the whole empire. Successful bit in Sao Paulo, excellent. There's the Golden Age, and more people. What are we gonna work now? Let's check the specialists. So there's not much that we can or that we want to work right now. Sure. Let's look. Actually, is it gonna make any difference on the production? It's like a difference 1 turn in hospital, so it's better to work the gold. 17 turns until we get plastics. That's a long time. We are not. We are working the town. Never mind. Go. Okay, now 2 train stations will kick in. So let's see what that does to the income. It shouldn't be that much. Maybe, well, because it's in our capital level, actually give us a lot. In the secondary cities, it would basically pay for the maintenance of the building. In our capital, it's maybe what, 10 gold per turn on top of the maintenance. Actually, not sure how much money our capital is making. We are not working that many tiles, so it's hard to say if it's even gonna be anything extra. 12, yeah, so like 10 gold per turn, so this one is paying for itself, and in the capital the 10 gold per turn as I expected. This is too far. Here are some barbarians. Do we have a ship around here that could take care of it? Let's see. Go. You're gonna fix the citadel, and production wise, so you have the train station. What's next? I'd love to get the stock exchange. We have to make sure that in our golden age ends we won't end up at like 150 gold per turn minus. And then it's the broadcast tower, like one of the best buildings for culture and tourism, especially for us with the size of our cities. We have to go for the broadcast tower. Oh, tourism, 137. Well, we didn't get as much as I hoped from radio. That's a bit that's actually very disappointing. I thought that may at least double our tourism. But it will be more and more significant as we just take up more tourism with from other sources. Then the increase from radio should be more and more. And we don't have hotels. That's like one big thing that we are missing. why our tourism still sucks so much. Come on, America. What the hell are you doing? How many wars are you fighting, by the way? Persia, Zulus, Mongolia. Well, I can't imagine that these wars are keeping him quite busy. Look at the Mongolian prophet. If he starts nuking our cities with it. No way, dude. Well, I can maybe just let him do it. And then send my inquisitors. That's like the last thing that I need fighting with Mongolia over religion in our cities. Okay, so you got the harbor. I said that we're gonna build a seaport here, so let's do that. Oh, actually. Right, we can see oil, we just can't improve it. So let's improve the aluminum, help the workboat. Next. I wonder what Brazil is researching. I don't think I can find out. The only way how I can keep an eye on his research, if he's researching plastics, is to keep an eye on the timer. If it drops by like 3 turns at some point, that's where he when I will know that he researched it. And if he gets to plastics before us, there is basically no chance that we get the Crystal Redentor. Look at the jerk. He is spreading it to our city. Oh, come on. Wanted to save some money, and 1 turn after I burned those Inquisitors, some idiot sends a great prophet and started spreading religion. Ah. And we need the religion. We are getting science from it. Quite a lot, actually. Can't you just go... Oh, he already spread his religion north. Now, that America did spread the religion. Can't you spread the religion here? That's one city. You should be spreading your religion to your vassal here. Just get out of my territory. No, I'm not trading luxuries with you, that's for sure. Especially not for this price. How many followers are we left with? 3, that's enough. As long as we have 1, we have significantly higher pressure. We can get the religion back. It's just we have to sacrifice the the faith. So what's it gonna be now? He has 2 more uses, so I'm gonna buy those 2 Inquisitors. You're done fixing the city. That was fast. Fix this one, fix this tile. We even arrived in time here to catch the Corvette. Not quite enough to kill it though. Now, assign delegates. Ben Luxury, Brazilwood. That's a nice proposal. But I don't think... Man Silver, yeah, that's against America. This is against Brazil. So... I think they can do whatever they want here. I just want my sphere of influence. I may actually use 1 vote for this proposal just to get the positive modifier that I helped him with this proposal. But I'm not sure if I can afford to spend any votes on something other than the sphere of influence. So let's just go all in on this. We really need those alliances, because if we don't get the alliances on the city-states that are not allied with either Mongolia or Persia, then once we get to these city-states, we just won't have enough votes. And the later or the more we wait, the more difficult it's gonna be to get sphere of influence over anything. Okay, that's another train station, this time in Varanasi. Again, we need the factory, but well, broadcast towers are more important. Go. I wonder how long I should wait before I switch to the specialists. Because that will help us with the production, switching to like 4 or 5 engineer slots. That's a lot of extra production. I would save us probably like 3-4 turns on each building. He's going south. There's a scientist. 12. So the cost of a tag that someone already researched is 11,000. But no one researched plastics yet. How close can we get to it? And where is the scientist, by the way? It's not in our capital, it's here. Down to 1. See, another franchise. Ban luxury passes, so that's America losing their access to their main luxury. Brazil with passes, so Brazil losing access to their specialty, and the sphere of influence passes. The Zulus and Mongolia actually helped us here. America, the only one against. Good. Next one. I hope that someone at some point tries. Where is it? Wait, blind? Or is it not available yet? Oh, here. World's Fair. Because we want bronze and silver. We have no chance of getting Crystal Palace, since we are like 5th production-wise. We are just too small to get it. But the free social policy and the culture boost, that's all that we care about, the Crystal Palace, actually. Well, it's a golden age, but other than that, it doesn't give that much. I can't waste my proposal on the World's Fair, at least not at this point. We just need another sphere of influence. Who is that gonna be, though? Who do we go against? Portugal hates us already anyway. She didn't like us the whole game. So let's take Kabul. Sphere of influence, Kabul. Zulus and Portugal won't be happy about that, but yeah, who cares about Portugal? It sucks that the Zulus don't like it. Persia, Brazil, America, Mongolia. How many votes is that? 15. Still not as many as I hoped you'd have at this point. But at least we are not in the situation where we'll be defenseless in the World Congress. So you should go south. You'll stay in the capital for now. We'll keep an eye on that stupid Prophet. Let's actually use this guy. I'm not gonna be paying for him when I don't have to. We know that we want to use him here anyway. All of the heretics are gone. Such a waste of faith, though. We have 3,300 gold somehow. Maybe... Well, how long is it gonna take to get... What's gonna be next? Ballistics. Quite some time. Well, actually not that long if we steal combustion, that is. 1 turn. In 1 turn we'll find out. And... does he know that we are spying on him? Actually not sure. I think he knows that we are spying on him, right? And I told him to just suck it up. Two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should get this oil as well. Not that it really matters. Okay, plastics. So now it should be 11,000. Yeah. So that means words. Brazil doesn't have the access yet. So in 1 turn, we can try Crystal Redentor. There's also a Crystal Palace. That person culture and science and so the West build receive additional delegate. For every defensive back or what? Okay, so we don't get additional delegates. 5%. Well, 5% isn't bad. I think if I want Crystal Redentor, I have to start working on it the right way. How does it look like with an engineered 4 turns? That's actually lined up really, really well. It's the next wonder that we want. Next wonder is like Sydney Opera House or something like that. Just very far away. Excuse me. We can't rush Manhattan Project with an engineer. That doesn't work. Yeah, actually we can rush Crystal Redentor and we should have an engineer by the time we get to the next wonder. Well, that aligned up surprisingly well. Where is Polynesia? Can I look something better than this tile? I think I can. The coal? Isn't the coal better? No. This is much faster growth. I need to get as much population as I can before I am basically forced into that switch to specialists. Oh, there's some gold walking through our territory when the next war starts. Okay, let's wait. If I flip the city back, he would just flip it to his religion next turn again. I just need this prophet to disappear before I can get the city. I just hope he doesn't go north again, flip the city. That would be just annoying as hell. Now, tax stealing. Flight is more expensive. But how much more expensive? This is 12 turns here. 93 and this is 11. This is not as much as I'd expect actually. It's only, what, 2,000 difference? And flight, that's a tag that we don't really need right now. I need to get to ballistics as soon as possible. So I will steal combustion. One ship's minefields. Yeah, minefields is another thing that we should build. On this map, minefields are gonna be so huge. And they need iron. We should have just enough. We can improve the oil. Mine, logging camp, lumber, so a little bit of production from mines, but we have only a few. Okay. 21 turns to get refrigeration. And this time no scientists to help us with that. It's actually quite scary how long it takes to get these stacks. What we need to do at some point is to get rid of this. Because it's almost impossible to get ahead tech-wise when the AIs have 20% cheaper techs. Mongolia has 57, we have also 57. But he'll get ahead again now. It's gonna take a very long time to get another tech. Okay, go. Portugal denounced America. So let's keep an eye on the tourism when we get the hotel. 137. Should be a very nice boost. San Francisco captured by Mongolia. That's one of the cities, yeah, that America started recently. 164. It's not bad. I expected maybe even a bit more than that. And every turn now, I have to check the cost of plastics. Okay, let's check the timer. 51 turns. Crap, that's way too long. But we don't have a choice. That's the only place where we can steal tags. Or only safe where we can steal tags. We are quite far ahead of everyone else. Brazil is now, what, 5 tags behind us. It's so scary that Mongolia can keep up with us this late in the game, and he's even getting ahead. He should have very strong, especially mid-game, but he should be, or usually, what's my experience with Mongolia, at least in the previous versions of Vox Populi, it's always been falling behind really, really hard in the late game. It seems that he somehow is keeping up. I was hoping that as he gets cities on the smaller continents that we just discovered, could maybe hurt him. His economy sucks. He's at minus 300 gold per turn, but that never stopped the AIs. I just hope that somehow he gets too many new cities, he conquers too many small cities that were recently founded, and that's just gonna slow him down enough. Brazil, yeah, also it's another thing that hopefully will solve itself, that Mongolia just vassalizes Brazil. Because he will be so far ahead tech-wise when it comes to like military attacks that he should be able to crush Brazil at some point. This is the only competition that still might be there. Our capital is stronger, but he's getting quite a lot of tourism from basically every city. So overall, he's still making a lot more than we are. We are getting promotions. That was fast. Washington embarked sneak attack, another civ. I actually may have an idea. I don't like it. Oh, don't attack me. As I said, let's keep an eye on this. So far, so good. Next, let's keep an eye on what's going on our border. Maria declared on Mongolia. What the? Where is Washington? Yeah, he is coming for us. Pentagon completed. How many wars is he still fighting? Persia, Mongolia. Mongols are not keeping him busy enough. And the Mongols are fighting Brazil. Winning pretty hard. But he's just sending paratroopers. Paratroopers are not enough. We need a focused attack on Salvador, not just a few units here and there. Yeah, that sounds just some coastal bombardment, but mostly Mongolia is just losing ships. Yeah, this is not enough. Okay, I don't feel safe here anymore. Actually, why? We can just quickly do it. We're probably gonna lose the worker now, though. How are you doing? 3 turns. Come on, I need that railroad. Great work heist. Got enough intelligence in Sao Paulo to conduct a great work heist against Brazil. Great job! So, Delhi, how does it look like? So this doesn't make any difference. How are we doing on that merchant? 4 turns. Actually, I think I will leave the production because I still want to get one more engineer in our capital. And to get that, I need to lock all the specialists. Merchants are not as important. At some point we'll switch to musicians, but not yet. So, America, are you gonna declare now? Anyone who you don't get along with is not dearly, clearly building a French, clearly worth building. I thought it's gonna be something about me stealing his great works, but this is nothing to do with that. That's just a general hate, not caused by anything specific. Oh, didn't declare yet. I'm surprised, America. Since I'm not a friend of liberty anymore, at least by your standards, I expected the war to start now. And basically, every time a peace treaty ends, I expect a new war. There is a musician, there is an engineer. So, musicians, I think this might be the last great work from a musician, honestly. But I will get one more. And here we are, what? 3,400 away? It's not as much as I hoped. Let's check. 10,000. So someone got plastics. Cargo ship. I hope he doesn't have time. Yeah, he is focusing on defense. Salvador is focusing on defense. Boom, down to 5. Let's fix the horses. Did we get the alliance back? Just no. I'm missing only 22. Especially Portugal just will keep sending diplomats here, so we need the sphere of influence on the World Congress. That is a lot of influence in one turn. Great people, espionage. Where exactly do we have the spies? Karakorum, Sao Paulo, and then in our capital. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, factory done. We can get a pagoda? Is it worth it? We'll be getting the faith. +1 to all city yields for every world trip. There's always gonna be this one follower of the Mongolian religion. He has enough pressure for that. I think it's too late for that. We are not making as much faith that we could afford to spend 700 for a tiny bit of everything. I'd rather save for great people. Now, you need the train station. Yeah, this is just way too far behind. 24. I think if I should just focus. Oh, we are not even working the observatory? Holy. Next. Why are we not getting any sound suddenly? No, the sound is still there. Can we check how long it's gonna take us to get another scientist? We are working basically all the scientist slot. I think we are working every single scientist slot that we have. So there should be a scientist lined up not that far. Really? 2 turns? Okay. Didn't expect that. Should have probably checked. I usually just check the capital, but now our other cities are working some specialist slots, so I should be checking that as well. Okay, that's gonna help. That will give us the... I may not even go for refrigeration, honestly. I may just go for ballistics first, so that I spend all the gold that we have saved up. And we'll just steal flight from Mongolia. If we're gonna steal anything. We could just steal combined arms from them in more expensive tech. 14... Yeah, there are so many buildings that we need that the stadiums can probably wait. Okay, let's go ballistics into refrigeration. Next. Washington made peace with Shaka. So now he's not fighting anyone. He'll just drop the War Baroness and attack us. That is plotting against Pedro. Problem is he's not fighting anyone at this point. They just pieced out. Diplomat. Defense. I hope he's not working on the Cristo Redentor in Salvador. Okay, so we should be done almost with the railroad here. What else do we need to do? We need to fix this farm. Oh, did I move the wrong guy? Never mind, this one can take over. Go. Seaport is done. 4 turns away from the broadcast tower. Tahiti captured by Mongolia. Not sure where Tahiti is. Oh, it's probably here. Yeah. This is great. These are the cities that could slow down Mongolia the most, because they're newly founded cities that are missing so many buildings. For the allies with all the bonuses, it's not gonna take them that long to fix these cities, but it's still a burden for some time. Can I please get some money from you? Look at that, 37,000. That would just fix all my problems. I would pay for all the buildings. And we do have Spy in Karakur. Once these guys get their level 3, they'll probably all go to Mongolia as thieves. We hope that we steal the money. Yeah, he's getting a ton of money for the cities he's conquering. Should I? Probably not. I should wait until I have access to the upgrades. Make sure that I don't have that much gold in the treasury in case someone tries to steal it. What about you? Where do we send the Fusilier? Maybe... I'm not sure. Let's just leave him here. Broadcast tower. I have to build those broadcast towers as soon as possible. Next. How many turns until the next Congress? 7. Zulus and Portugal now friends. Okay. Now go wait. 9 turns away from the next social policy. It's the start of this episode was like 25, and I don't think we played 14 turns. Or did we? No, definitely not. We popped some great people. That's where we got the extra culture. There is a scientist. So, a rifleman. I should have taken drill to get the cover. Never mind. 45. We can upgrade Fusiliers. Problem is that Fusiliers won't really help us with active defense. We need machine guns. So if we have enough money after we get machine guns, we can upgrade the rest. But machine guns have to go first. And speaking about machine guns, how much is the upgrade? Yeah, these are pretty cheap. Still won't have enough. And I think I need to keep at least some gold in reserve. We are done. Good. Now the oil. We can improve that now. And there is another tile with oil here that we need to improve. And then we should be done with all the land tiles. From now on, it's just going to be about fixing them when America pillages it. Oh, wait, money. Yeah, there is more gold. Also, this should give us Wheel of the King Day. We don't have Wheel of the King Day anywhere right now. And probably when this Wheel of the King Day ends, I will switch to those specialists. Because without Wheel of the King Day, we are growing pretty slowly at this point. So I think it's time to switch. Except our capital. We want our capital to keep growing until the end of the game. Excuse me. 59, 58. I just burned 3 scientists and he's still ahead of us in tech. Holy moly. Might have even been him getting plastics, not Brazil. Brazil is on 53. Yeah, we left Brazil so far behind. But the race between us and Mongolia. And he has more and more cities he can take, and with every city he takes, he gets farther and farther ahead. Just the flat yields that I'm usually taking advantage of. This time it's the AI taking advantage of it. How much is the upgrade here? 600? That's not too bad. Okay, so all the range units has been upgraded right now. And we need another maybe 3,000 to upgrade all the remaining units, especially our ships will be expensive. And then we can start investing into, well, it's a good question, into what? Oh, we'll see. Still a little bit nervous that Mongolia may steal Cristo Redentor from us. It would be very surprising, but there might be this tiny chance. Ah, there we go. So, another tourism boost. How are we doing? Well, that didn't give us much. Okay, let's check. Oh, come on. My cursor is not moving. I think... Oh, that's the batteries in my mouse. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna make a quick emergency switch. I'm using a silent mouse for recording, but it's wireless, so this can happen. I'll switch to my normal mouse and we'll finish this episode with that. What is that we are talking? Oh, here, I wanted to check this. How much are we getting 400. How is Brazil doing? So there's no way he catches up. Ah, come on. India. Problem is that I'm not sure even with the musicians you'll be able to handle this. Okay, it's gonna be interesting. I'm also not sure if I can get a science victory against the Mongols. I just don't have the production for the spaceship parts in the end. You can get them like instantly almost, while for us it's gonna be like 30 turns to get one. Well, let's just keep going. We still should get quite a lot of tourism. We don't have hotels in our secondary cities. We don't have stadiums, so that's still a lot more. While their culture pattern shouldn't be going up that fast. Okay. To move to... Beshbalik. And to steal tech, we need spies. I think I need tech more than the gold. But I think spies can steal gold as well. It's spies stealing gold and tax, and thieves stealing great works, right? Okay, production air capital. Let's quickly get the palace. And after palace, broadcast tower. Then we need factory, but before factory we'll have to build the stadium. At least now there will be a window and there are no wonders. What is the next tenet? I think cultural revolution. 5-year plan would be great. I'm not sure that I can afford to delay the tourism. Now I have to get the tourism. I have to get also the double rate of tax stealing. Because if I get a science victory, it's gonna be because of my spies. Now, you are done. It's a bit risky, but I'll try. You can hide... Actually, how many workers do we still have? 2? 3? 4. Can get rid of this guy. 45, 45, 45, everything. I'd have to have extra range on the artillery if I wanted to take Chicago from here. Well, let's make a cut here. I think this wasn't a bad episode. We managed to do more than I expected. We even managed to get the Crystal Redentor. So yeah, next time the main focus, unless America attacks, in which case the main focus would be defense. But other than that, the main focus is gonna be on hotels, broadcast towers, and we'll get the stadiums. Once these three buildings are up in all our cities, then we can allow them to catch up with especially research labs and some other buildings that I still like to get. We don't have like stock exchanges, things like that, that we want to get after the tourism buildings. And then it's just gonna be focus on defense and keep hitting end turn, hoping that it's gonna work out somehow in the end, and focus on the Congress. What are the proposals? Sanctioned Brazil travel ban. Oh, come on. And I can't really stop the travel ban right now if I want to get my not open door, if I want to get my sphere of influence. And the sphere is more important. I can hopefully get rid of the travel ban later. Although it's gonna be difficult against Persia. Mongolia, he has 8. Musicians, that's the way to go. Yeah, the biggest problem with travel ban is actually going to be the reduced tourism to Brazil, not to Mongolia. We'll get pretty insane modifiers to Mongolia from tenets. That's both the dictatorship and culture revolution is buffed to tourism to him specifically. So I'm not afraid of that. It's just how we get over, or how we take over Brazil. That will need some creative thinking. But well, we are done with this episode, so I hope that you liked it. I hope that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.